Rolling on my doll. My doll.
My doll.
Has my track been loud enough or?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Mason.
Dan.
From Rixie, this is All Staff. Welcome back. Episode 31. No, I'm sorry. Episode 32. What am I talking about? I'm all here.
Losing track.
I'm all here.
We're losing track.
Yeah, back after 2 weeks. We are like a week away from Thanksgiving, so
It's about that turkey time.
yeah, just living life. How you doing?
Doing all right. Working a lot. Just trying to keep shit together.
Yeah.
Really. The newest thing is I managed to make a Twitch affiliate. So
That's
now
great.
people can subscribe to the channel and things like that, and donate their time and money
They're
to
they're hard-earned
to us.
Hard-earned
They're
bits.
They're hard-earned bits and cash, which once I'm able to be paid out, I think there's like $100 minimum
Yeah.
before Twitch pays you out. But once I'm able to pay out, most of that money is going to go right back into the business, so that we can do things like advertising or keeping up with the mastering programs and making sure we have all of our subscriptions in order, so
Yeah.
we're not getting destroyed by costs while we're still trying to build up that monetary gain from YouTube. So
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I think that would be interesting for people to know, like what we pay every month, like for certain things.
yeah,
Basically, we might have talked about this before, but we pay $30 a month for mastering. That's like unlimited mastering. That's
Yeah.
why our our podcasts sound like nice and loud. We pay for a domain, obviously, which comes with an extra fee is for our email addresses, which reach out to us, Mason or Dan at Rixie, if you have questions or comments or concerns.
please.
And we pay for the RSS feeds. That's $15 a month per show. So I would say, I think we're running, 5 right now? Daily Rec, this, Debuff, Butter, Freeform. So 5 times 15. So
Roughly around like $80-$90.
yeah, so at the end of the day, I think it's like maybe $150 a month to like keep things live. So interesting to know.
Sustain.
That's for multiple shows though. I mean, if you don't want to do all the things that we do, it could be very cheap.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's doable for small companies like us to an extent if you don't want to have, too many shows. But once you start getting up into that, that 5, 6, 7 show lineup, it starts to
Add up.
starts to take a little toll.
But right now we're probably spending maybe $1,500 a year on upkeep, which is very doable. So
Yeah.
this is a budget-friendly way. If you have questions about how to do that, we have resources we can give you if you want to email us. I have like a whole document of like our like complete like guide.
For some reason my camera stopped working.
That's okay. I can still hear you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some numbers. This is our bi-weekly little numbers.
We got a little movement.
A little bit of movement. We didn't, I've been cutting back a lot on the clips, which we'll talk about, but let's talk about our numbers. We can talk about that. So basically, last time we spoke, we had 154 subscribers, we had 796 uploads, and we had 48,068 video views. As of now, we have 161 subscribers. That is a change of 7. So in 2 weeks, about one every 2 days. I can't complain. We're over halfway to 200, which I really feel like the last 60 have been a lot easier than the first 100. I mean, do you feel that way?
Yeah. I definitely get that feeling as well. And I mean, it seems like they've been coming in pretty organically as well, despite, all the hate one of our videos gets.
Yeah. We can chat about that later. But yeah, I think I find that the more that we upload shorts, the more that we seem to get subscribers. And I think that's because, the shorts, almost every single one, give or take a couple, like after a day or so of it being posted, it starts to get views. And it starts to get picked up by that algorithm. So that's kind of the reason that we've been cutting back on clips, because unfortunately clips are, to be honest with you, the time to edit on shorts is longer, but the return on that time is much greater.
Yeah.
And if I spend 20 minutes on a short, I know that there's a very good chance that it's going to get viewed hundreds, if not thousands of times. And the cool thing about it is that it's cross-platform. So the short not only goes on YouTube, but it can also go on Instagram, and it also goes on TikTok. So that's very helpful that you can reuse a piece of content across platforms. So that's really nice. Uploads, we had 796. We now have 812. Only 16 uploads the past 2 weeks. Like I said, we only had 2 debuff episodes and an all staff episode and a number of shorts. I think we might have had 3 clips in there, but just we're trying to be methodical about, like, do we want to spend a couple hours making clips that maybe get viewed 20 or 30 or 40 times? Or do we want to spend time on shorts that get hundreds, thousands of views? I mean, I know that in the future the clips will become more of the part of the channel, but
it'll be more relevant.
But for right now, the clips are not bringing in subscribers.
Yeah.
And it's tough, but that's just how it is. So we're gonna keep that up. Video views. Last time we spoke, we had 48,068. We now have 54,003. We kind of celebrated it in our private group chats, but we passed 50,000 views. That's great.
Yeah.
Those are the crazy thing about it. I know we talked about it last episode, but I think like 70 or 80% of all those views came in the past month and a half. And
yeah, exactly.
So if we're seeing, and this was on a quiet week, about give or take 6,000 views. That's 3,000 views a week. That's a great improvement.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the last 7 days, and in the last 7 days, it's 3.5K views.
Yeah.
About 30 hours of watch time, and we gained an additional 5 subscribers. That's just in the past 7 days, which is a huge improvement from a month ago, where we maybe get a couple hundred views.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour or 2 of watch time and 0 subscribers. So,
so if you go,
the shorts are definitely working still. So
if you go back, 9 episodes ago, we were getting about 200 to 350 views per week. That's 10x per week.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really, really solid. But yeah, we're past the 50,000 mark. And I also looked up our watch time. Our current watch hour number is 787.1. So close to 1,000.
Getting closer to 4,000.
We're close to a quarter, which is good. And the past like 200 or 300 watch hours have been quick. So
actually,
I think if we keep at this pace, we're really gonna be getting there hopefully pretty soon.
Yeah.
I also looked at our impressions. Our impressions have been very, very good. I don't know if you already said that, but our impressions are up 84% over the past 30 days. That's huge.
Yeah, that's insane.
I have to assume that is mostly because of the shorts. I'm guessing. I don't really know. But something's happening.
We're still
there's this upward momentum.
And we're still getting about a 5% click through rating. So, that's an insane amount of click through.
Yeah,
for any channel.
It's great. That's exactly what we want. And there was another piece of the analytics that I just found while I was sitting around waiting for you to get on the call. I'm gonna send you this screenshot. Let's see.
You just go ahead and email it to me, bud.
Bro, let me just go ahead and email it to you, bud.
Dude, just go ahead and email it to me, bud.
It gave us a metric for when your viewers are on YouTube. I'll put this on screen. And it shows us when our viewers are
okay, I got it.
Are mostly on, I guess, on YouTube, the site itself, so we can make strategic decisions about when we upload.
Okay.
So it looks like Sunday from like, I don't know,
a little before 12.
Yeah, like
until
10 to
like
3.
2 or 3.
There's a lot of heavy usage. So maybe we need to start uploading then. And like Friday morning, it's so interesting. I've seen that metric before, that Friday mornings are really successful for content. And then Saturday afternoon. Just an interesting new feature on the
Notice how the
analytics.
the degen hours of like 2 to 3 a.m. till like 6 a.m. are just like, no.
It's like
no one's viewing your shit.
Yeah, it's like very few people. the degenerates. But yeah, another thing I didn't even write down, but have you seen that YouTube is removing the dislike button?
Really?
Yeah. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't. But why would they do that? I mean, I feel like it's still a.
So, I'd like to hear your opinion, but my like hot take, dude. There's like 1,000 trains going by.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Let me go back to Google Meets. So they came out with this blog post sometime in the past week of like, these are the changes that we're making to the site, and one of them was removing the dislike button. And I mean, my hot take is that I think that there's good to it and there is also bad. The comments that YouTube made on their post was that people can feel like, creators have felt bad in the past about like getting a ton of dislikes on their stuff, and like sometimes
I love it.
Sometimes they're like, kind of victims of like this like dislike train of people that are like kind of bombing the video. And then, the question, you have to ask is like, if you think about other social media profiles or social media sites, I think it's the only one, maybe give or take one, that has a dislike button. When you think about like TikTok, it's only like.
True.
Instagram, it's only like. Twitter, it's like or retweet. And so like you wonder why it has that function. But then all these videos that I watch, like Marquez Brownlee and H3 and all these people that are commenting on it, they're like, well, it has a purpose when like something is outdated or something is like people unanimously feel that it's bad, and people use it as a metric to like decide whether they want to watch the video. Like if someone does a YouTube tutorial and it's 2 years old and it doesn't help them and they see that it has dislikes, people are like, okay, I'm not going to waste the time watching this video. In that sense, I understand having it. But in our case, and this is the perfect segue,
Yeah.
we have this Dexter short that has been just getting like constant
Hate trained.
and the like to dislike ratio, I can pull it up really quickly, is
Yeah, for some reason it wouldn't show me.
so when you look on mobile, it doesn't show up,
Yeah.
but you have to look on
Our actual channel.
you have to look in the YouTube studio on desktop. So if I go there, Dex, okay. So it's wild. Currently the Dexter short that we're referring to has 29 likes and it has 92 dislikes.
Okay. I will say it is getting tons of views
It is.
simply from those haters
It is. And
that
we
are
love
like
that. We love that.
full blown triggered about
Yeah.
it. And I mean, I have no worries about that. Like, I don't care, get triggered by content all you want.
Yeah.
That it is what it is. You can get in your feels, you can have your own opinion. But the fact that they're feeding into it and just giving us more and more analytics is kind of helping us in a way more than it's, hurting us, no matter if they were to try to put us down in any sort of form or, fashion, which they've used pretty much every word that you can think
I
of
know.
in the book
So
to try to tell us how terrible we are.
I mean,
But
so right now it has over 100 comments. It has almost 2,700 views. It's like I think our like one of the top 5 videos on our channel. And everybody, I mean, we've talked about it before. Everybody on it is most people commenting, I would say 90% of people are very, very upset that we
said some very mild comments.
What dare make comments about the show. And to the point where like Dan and I and Sean and Steve and everybody who's involved with the channel, I think we all have agreed like, yeah, we can take the the mean comments or people disagreeing. We want to hear your opinion. That's the whole point of doing this. But
Exactly.
But when somebody crosses the line, which happened this week, and using a homophobic slur in one of the comments, like that's not okay. And like
which YouTube I give credit to YouTube. YouTube took it down immediately, didn't even notify us that they had taken it down, but we were able to see the comment beforehand and be like, ooh.
Yeah, and that those type of comments are like, we're not going to tolerate that. Like,
no,
you can
absolutely toxic.
You can call us a snowflake. You can call us fat. You can call us simps. You can call us betas. Like that. That's fine. Like,
yeah, but when you're disparaging a whole group of people, by trying to throw it at us like an insult, it's not kosher.
It's not okay. And like, the whole point is to have some sort of like mature discourse. And like, when you use speech like that, it's pretty bad. It's pretty irredeemable. I mean,
it is what it is. And we've made it a point to not respond at length to any of these negative comments because, we don't feel like it's worth the energy because these people obviously have things that they need to get off their chest, which is cool. You can say all you want,
Sure.
but if it crosses that line, we won't hesitate to just remove that comment.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that we will, like, oh, we're going to leave it up just because, like, no.
Yeah.
If you cross that line, it's just like, why?
And I feel like, we've tried to be very, light.
Understanding. We've been overly understanding by how everyone has been so upset.
We've tried to be super lighthearted and just be like, and
We even had one person request to be on the show.
we did
about it,
and that was a cringe moment for sure. Because we don't really want to, I think, talk to people that don't
propagate negativity.
that don't necessarily agree with what we're talking about on that matter. Of course, we can have a discourse with people, but
it's got to be a mature level of conversation.
and
it can't be like
and the person that said that just really, it's not something. Debuff is not a place for debating. We're not there to debate political opinions, and so we just immediately.
Although
shut that
new
down.
show idea. Once more videos get negative comments, where we just read negative comments from videos.
Yeah, I mean, look,
and just laugh about it.
It's we're taking it all on the chin, and we love that people are interacting. Yeah, dude, just so so that's the funniest thing about all these comments is that they're when they're initially written. This is something that I've noticed, seeing all these comments come in. As soon as the comments come in, most of them have typos, and they are immediately edited by the person writing it. And so what happens is Dan and I will get the push notifications and we'll click on it and it'll say comment not found because it's been edited. So you can't even see the original comment. You have to go and you have to do this really stupid way of finding the comment. And
it's a workaround basically.
And so many of the people, like I said, they call us snowflakes, but so many of them are so concerned about our testicles and the fact that
your virginity.
They're concerned about our virginity and our sexual activity and
an orientation.
And it's it's just really it's really eye-opening because it just shows you that these are the people that don't understand that this is a problem. And like I said, like you said, the comments are so mild. It's if you are uprooted by these comments, maybe you need to look inside of yourself and figure that out before writing such hateful things.
But it is what it is, and I'm never gonna turn around and state that anybody can't put their own opinion on a video. Of course, you can put whatever opinion you want.
Sure.
As long as you're not disparaging towards an entire group of people or, get just threatening to hurt somebody. Really, that's the only two things that really I would say are the worst. Threats and disparaging of an entire group or stereotyping of any kind. So we just steer clear of that. And, you can have all the opinions you want, Tell us how bad our opinions are. That's what we want to hear from you guys. That's why we give you our emails, our channels. We tell you where you can find us, where you can talk to us. And, more often than not, we're more than willing to have a civil, decent conversation with somebody before just jumping on, we're just going to shit on them too. No, that's not us.
Yeah.
I mean, we may troll you a little bit, but that's more in good fun for us, to be honest. But
and I talked about this with Sean and Steve. I might have talked about it on Debuff. I'm not sure, but the funny thing about it all is that the reason that it's getting so much interaction and traffic is two reasons. One, obviously, the new Dexter season just came out, and so it's a hot topic right now. But the second reason, which I think is really funny, which is perfect for this show, about the analytics, is that when somebody views the video and they dislike it or they like it or they comment, that then furthers the traffic. So
that's really interesting.
The way that YouTube sees it is it's getting interactions. That means people feel some type of way about it, that means we need to serve it up to other people. And so it's had this wave of like when it first got released, it like, so you can see it on the view chart. It like goes up and then it plateaus. And then the past 3 or 4 days, it's gone up again and plateaued. And it's because people are still interacting with it and responding to comments and leaving dislikes. And, you know, I want to make a point that we stand by those comments. We still feel that our opinions are valid, and we like,
because everybody's opinions
Yeah.
are valid in the United States of America.
and, you know, we just feel like we are confident in what we said. We stick by it. The video is going to stay up. And it's just so funny that like the more people interact with it,
the more like views it gets.
It
And which kind
snowballs.
of brings me to another thing is like, you know, that saying like you're gonna get, you know, shit on for doing something poorly or before you get one attaboy, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So like more people will come through for negative things because negative, you know, content, it honestly gets people going. It gets people watching, it gets them interacting, and like it gets them in their feels. And we've had like what was the other video? The Chugi one had a little bit of that.
yeah, for sure.
You know, the videos that really get people going are the ones that, you know, make them go, oh, I have a strong opinion about this. I'm gonna, you know, voice that opinion. And that just feeds the algorithm to more people that are like-minded like them, it seems like, you know, other than people who might actually be interested in hearing the opinion.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? I'm trying to, I've had this obsession with trying to crack the YouTube code, which I don't think I ever will.
it's difficult.
But it's an interesting algorithm because I feel like it propagates more negativity than it does positivity. So you say you get, you know, 100 likes on a video, but it only has like 500 views. Yeah, cool. But you're going to get 100 dislikes on a video and it gets 3,000 views.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm really just confused about is like, is YouTube propagating this negativity by algorithm sending it to people who are going to have the same opinion as that, you know, those 100 who don't like what we had to say. You know what I mean?
Well, I've learned a little bit about this type of stuff with TikTok, and that's what happens. Like when somebody does something like posts a video on TikTok that gets a lot of hate or a lot of comments or a lot of negative interaction, the whole goal of these applications and these websites is to keep you there. And so if they can send this to somebody that they think will interact with it, that is the main goal of the algorithm in my like uninformed opinion, like is
Yeah.
to get people to click and stay on and watch. And so unfortunately that breeds some pretty negative shit sometimes. And
Let's be real. The internet is toxic. It just is. It's always going to be
a
that
lot of
way.
those
It's been that
comments
way
are
since the beginning.
they're rough. But we've just, you know, we've tried to be positive about it.
Yeah, like we said though, like bring it on.
Yeah. You say
it
what
on.
you want to say.
You're feeding our algorithm. You're feeding our view count. You're feeding our watched hours. So essentially, at the end of the day, these people are gonna push us towards monetization. And it's hard to believe that, you know, as much as you may hate something, you may be farthering somebody's goals by hating that.
What's interesting is that I've found that it doesn't happen often, but one or two of the people that really vehemently dislike the Dexter short have gone to other videos to comment on them, to like essentially like tell us like, hey, I still hate you, like I don't like your opinion. Like there's one that I'll put on screen. I'll blur out the names. They said something on the Dexter short, something probably vile and toxic, and then they went to our most current video, and they were like, stop trying, you know, like basically like, you guys are simps, stop trying, just to like, it's so funny because they ended up leaving a comment and a view on that other video that had nothing to do with Dexter.
Exactly. And it just furthers our goal of trying to reach monetization.
Yeah. So thank you.
So, yeah, thank you, negative viewer. It's okay to have a negative opinion. We can agree to disagree with you.
Yeah.
We're all humans. We all get opinions. But I just think it's interesting that, by doing nothing at all and hating the video, you're more likely to go forward with what you want to happen than to spout your hate and dislike for a video.
Well, they're helping us. We appreciate that.
Exactly, because you're helping us, and we do appreciate you for that. And regardless of your opinion, good or bad, we appreciate you. It is what it is.
They're making it easier for us to make content.
To keep making content, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a blessing and a curse of the internet. It just is what it is. Everybody's had to deal with it who's gotten larger and larger over time. And, eventually you're going to push some people's buttons that don't like it. And I'm cool with that.
What?
I mean, has anything else been going on with you, bud?
Not really,
Has Debuff been, pumping through? Everything been good? Have you guys talked any more about the gaming channel stuff?
Not really. I wish that was like something that was easier to do, but I think, I don't know. We haven't discussed it, but it's definitely something I want to do. I know that in the future, we're gonna have more opportunities to do more things like that, but we're riding the wave and just trying to get, because we've seen the changes and we've seen the numbers change and start to grow. And I know if we keep our head down and we keep doing what we're doing, eventually we're going to be successful. And, I just think about like, even just like the quality of our videos. Like I look at the shorts and I'm like, man, they look so good. And so I'm not trying to like,
Yeah, the new text shaking is kind of nice too. The text effects have been on point.
What, on the shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to spice it up a little bit.
It adds a different flair of comedy to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. There's some really good ones that came out this week, and this week was kind of a shorter episode. Excuse me. Next, technically, the one after the Debuff episode after this All Staff episode comes out. It was a short one. It was like 40 minutes because Steve had to go to work late, and it was super relaxed. But I know that we're gonna get to do more things that we want to do down the line. But the crazy thing about it is, like, we just recorded episode 90, which means that we're 10 away from 100 episodes.
That's a hell of a lot of episodes.
Like, I think that we're going to hit 100 probably at the end of January, maybe early February. And January will mark 1 year of doing Debuff on video.
Something, I think, in the new year in 2022, I think that's when I'd like to start uploading, like, basically my Twitch VODs, things like that. I want to work on figuring out the like a movie editor software.
Yeah, dude, that's great. There's
cut things together so it's not boring as shit. Make it interesting highlight video, basically,
dude,
for my VODs.
If you could figure out, so there's a free program called Davinci Resolve that works for PC, and it's like just like Final Cut. It's just free. They have a paid version, but the free version gives you everything you need. And if you learned how to video edit just working on your VODs, that would be so great. Because if you had a playlist if you wanted a playlist on the Rixie channel for your VODs or your highlights, you could have that. But if you want a separate channel, you can do that as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do a separate channel because I want to funnel as much, traffic to our Rixie YouTube as
Yeah, I
possible.
mean, you're branded, so
I mean, even I have my Discord's linked to our Rixie YouTube. My Twitch is linked to our Rixie YouTube and our
Yeah,
Instagram
you said that.
and a bunch of other things. So I'm just trying to make sure that we can draw as much traffic in from any avenue.
So what I think
So-
would be cool is if we could start uploading your VODs in January, because like those can be uncut. That's fine. And then
I don't want them to be uncut because large portions of them are honestly probably pretty boring.
well, I'm just saying like you'd be surprised, I think, how many people do like that stuff.
True.
I'm just saying, you think about it, but it would be cool to at least do some sort of
At least do
highlight,
like full
full
VODs.
VODs
Yeah.
or like cut down highlights.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for us in general. Just to have that gaming content to it, also bleed into the Debuff gaming channel that we're kind of working towards as well.
Yeah.
Which we need to strategize on that.
Strategize.
Strategize.
You need to strategize.
Yeah, strategize. That's what I said.
Are you joking? I can't see your face.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Strategize.
Strategize.
This is gonna be a short. But yeah, I think that's just about all the time we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do with your content, because what would be really cool, Dan, is if you made some sort of like narrative out of your VOD. Like, I mean, I've been watching a lot of Wellen, and you could do something like that. That would be really cool.
Have you spoken to him at all?
I haven't spoken to him in months.
Telling you.
I know.
Content creator highlights on Debuff, bro. Telling you, bro.
I know. I
could hit up a couple people who would be down,
know.
probably.
I want to get him on there. I
actually talked to a few people who actually run a podcast also for the server that I'm on. So I mean, they're obviously experienced with podcasting and things like that. So I might try to talk to them and see if that's something they want to do as well.
So what I'd like to do, I'm going to talk with Sean and Steve about it next time I see them. I think what I'd like to do is try and reach out to him and say, look, we would love to have you on the show. I would love to talk to you about your content and your process. The thing to figure out, I think, is like, is he going to ask for compensation? He might, and I would be willing to compensate him for his time, because he's gonna bring a lot of people to the page. And so, that's something we'll have to figure out. But I think I'm going to talk to Sean and Steve about it, because at the end of the day, this is a partnership with them.
Yeah, it's all three of us.
So as long as they're good with it, I think they could be really, really helpful for the channel. But I also, I don't want him to feel like he's not getting something out of it, because his time is valuable, and we recognize that, and we're not here to,
Well, it doesn't have to be just like even a straight interview. You guys could also do some sort of segments as well. Like the TikTok corner you guys do. Y'all could talk about some of that stuff. Do different things with whoever is coming in to spotlight themselves as well. You know what I mean? I mean, there's different things that are possible with that whole situation. We just have to actually, get it rolling, get that ball rolling, and it has to be something that Sean and Steve would also be on board with as well. So
yeah, I think it would just be really cool to, because I personally, I have a very mild rapport with him. Like, we know each other's names, we've been in the same room a handful of times, like we have friends of friends, and so it depends on if he lives anywhere close to where we live, it would be great to have him in studio. But I can't guarantee that, but even a Zoom,
Yeah, you already know that most of these people have, high quality
Exactly.
microphones, recording programs.
that would be
All
such a
the-
boost. I have a million questions for him about his content because, like, I watch all of his videos. I enjoy them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I just love to hear about his process. So, but we're over time. It's been about 45 minutes on my clock. But yeah, Dan, give us your
You
spiel.
already know what it is. It's about that time. It's about that time where we tell you good night. But it's okay, because you can always reach out to us, good or bad, at Dan or Mason at Rixie.co. You can go to our website, Rixie.co. You can check out our YouTube channel, just plain Rixie. Just come on through. Just slide on through. Slam that dislike button.
Yeah, bro.
Slam that
that
subscribe
dislike button while you can.
Yeah, while you can. Don't forget
It's going
that.
away,
It's the most
so
important thing.
hit it while
You might as well hit it
hit
now.
it while you can.
Give us your opinions in our videos. Good, bad, ugly, but don't disparage other people. Be excellent to one another.
Be kings.
Be kings.
Thank you so much. If you stuck around this long, we appreciate you for being here and listening to us. And yeah, appreciate it. We will talk at you guys in 2 weeks. See ya.
Deuce.
All Staff is a production of Rixie. If you want to keep up with all things Rixie, follow us on Instagram at rixie.co. That's RIXEY.co. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review and rate the show. It really helps out.